Let's talk about positive and healthy criticism. The one thing that we all, or rather majority of people, like to do is criticize. Even though that is not the right thing to do, we can still do it without hurting someone. In today's Learn English speaking lesson, I will be teaching you some polite English phrases that you can use for criticizing someone. I'm totally against criticism. However, I am totally for positive criticism. Let's start learning. Alright, so I've already said it is not a good idea to be very harsh when you are criticizing someone. So here we go. Now before I jump to any of my phrases, let me tell you, one of the most common things that we all have heard is no offense. Whenever anybody says that, you know they are going to criticize. So let's try some different alternatives to this no offense. The first one is with respect or with all due respect. This is basically used when you are going to disagree with someone or criticize someone, but you also want to sound very polite. Say suppose you are talking to a senior, say your boss for instance, and he has asked you to do something that you don't want to do. So you can just say, with all due respect, sir, I think your request is maybe quite unreasonable. See what I did? I just added it before the comment and I said with respect or with all due respect. Simple one, right? Now, the next one that you can use, the second one is I have to say or I'm bound to say. Now, this is a kind of phrase that you will use when you think that you are going to say or make someone quite upset. This is very, very important. Like say for example, you can use it in, okay, let me give you an example sentence. You can say, I'm bound to say that your report was quite disappointing. See, I'm bound to say, and then you put your report was quite disappointing. Third one, you can say, I am going to be very honest with you. Now this is a very informal kind of a saying, and you say this before criticizing. This is a kind of a sweet way of preparing that person that you are going to criticize them. For example, you can say, I'm going to be very honest with you. I did not like your performance at all. Or I'm going to be very honest with you, but I did not like your attitude yesterday. That's it. The fourth one you can use is to say the least or to put it mildly. Mildly means in a very soft way. Now you can use this in many different sentences. Like say for example, okay, I think your behavior in the meeting was very unprofessional, to put it mildly. Or you can also say, I think your behavior in the meeting was unprofessional, comma, to say the least. You don't have to put the comma, okay? That's only when you're writing it. The next one you can say, quite simple and quite commonly used, let's be frank. Okay, frank means honest. To be frank is to be to the point. It's an honest conversation. It shows that we are having a conversation or both the people are actually having a conversation. You can say something like, to be frank, I think that was not correct. Simple. Just put it before you're going to criticize somebody. Now, if you are getting some value out of this entire video, then please be a nice person and encourage all of us by just hitting that like button. Let's continue. The sixth one is, don't get me wrong. Now this is basically used between friends. Please do not use this in a formal context. You can use it, but I would suggest not to use it. Okay? So a simple example would be like, don't get me wrong, I do like your cooking. I just don't think I am up for it. Okay? Or it is my favorite dish. You can use it in your work environment by saying, giving an example like, don't get me wrong, I liked your presentation. I just don't think it was very much on point. The seventh one is, I don't mean to offend you, but then you put in the sentence. Now, this is mostly used for a formal setting. Obviously, you are going to offend someone, but still, this is a polite way. Example, I don't mean to offend you, but your work performance has been deteriorating. Deteriorating means coming down. A new word for you today. Okay, try that out. The eighth one is to be fair or in all fairness. Now, this is basically used for making a criticism of someone or something seem a bit less strong by mentioning something good about them. So you can say something like, Jack's schoolwork has been poor this term, though to be fair, his sports has improved. The ninth one you can say is, I have noticed that, and then you put in your criticism. So you can say something like, I have noticed that you are always glued onto your phone. Glued onto your phone means staring at your phone full time or addicted to the phone. Now, this phrase that I said can be used for formal and also for informal setting. And the last phrase for today that you can use to sound more polite in criticism is, there's room for improvement. You can say there is room for improvement or there's room for improvement. You are okay, it just means that it's fine, but you can still do better. This can be used for a formal and also for an informal setting. An example sentence would be, I appreciate the effort you put into the dance practice, but there is still room for improvement. Alright, so let me know in the comment section right below if you've heard any of these and also which is your favorite phrase. If by any chance you are a person who's looking for some serious study in any kind of English exams, then all you have to do is log on to our website and we can help you out to crack that exam with ease. Please feel free to join our community on YouTube by subscribing to our channel and also hitting that bell icon so that you will get a notification whenever we upload a new video. Check out some of our other videos in Learn English series that will be popping up here somewhere, and you can learn something new as well. Till we meet again, be a fantastic person and enjoy your weekend. Ciao.